I mean, is that true? America can't do worse than the Department of Education. Is it a good idea to just get rid of this completely? Back with me, Scott Bolden, Scottie Nell Hughes. Scott, I'll start with you. Good idea?
Bad idea, because the president doesn't seem to understand what DOE does. It doesn't just educate our poor kids and kids with disability under Title I, but also implements the student loan program. It regulates for-profit colleges, and it protects those who are being discriminated against.
Right.
You want to delegate a lot of that to the states, okay, but who's going to administer the federal funds? And then one last point. If Congress created DOE, only Congress can gut DOE, and if the president wants to do it, there'll be lawsuits to follow, which are pending right now against several agencies.
Yeah, Scottie, I think Scott raises a number of important issues. You know, it's also accreditation. You get rid of DOE.
Yeah.
How do those problems get solved? And also, this is something that has been on a Republican talking point for quite some time, and it's never gotten done. Why is that, and what would be the resistance?
Well, the reason why Scott listed is the reason why he thinks it should stay is the exact reason why it should go. It is a broken system. It has been a broken system almost since day one. If you are any parent right now who has a kid in public schools like I do, or applying for those federal grants, you will realize it is the most complicated, does not make any sense whatsoever in the process of getting student aid and grants and Pell Grants. It is beyond anything right now, almost as complicated as working with the Social Security Administration. There are so many layers of bureaucratic mess that does nothing to teach.
Do you think it would be better?
Do you think
it would be better for those funds to be managed by a different agency? Do you think those funds would be managed by a different agency, like Health and Human Services? How would that be better? And why would the states be better? I mean, states dictate curriculum. I'm not sure I just understand, if you get rid of the Department of Education, how the situation gets better.
Because you have accountability, you have direct accountability. If my state legislators are not running my state institutions, then guess what? I can vote them out of office. I can replace them. It's a lot more difficult to do on a federal level. There's so many layers of bureaucracy. Bringing it down to the states is exactly what needs to happen, all the way from higher ed all the way down to preschool. And what we're talking about, different states have different ways of doing. And obviously, like I said, our return of investment for $79 billion puts us at the bottom of well-developed countries. And that means there needs to be changes done.
Scott, I want to hear your response to this, because the counter argument would be, you know, math and reading scores are at an all-time low. President Trump has issues with the direction of Department of Education in terms of certain values and curriculums that they've been instituting programs at a national level. What is your response to Scottie?
Well, the states administer those tests. DOE doesn't. I gave you the 4 things DOE does, and the state gets caught up in politics as well. You need a federal agency that connotes independence, one, and to distribute these federal dollars. If you want to try to break it up, now you're creating even more bureaucracy at other federal agencies, and some states will do well, some states won't do well. Listen, I'm all for more efficiency, right? But give me a better plan than just gutting DOE illegally. If you want to gut it, that's fine, but tell me how you get $28 billion to kids with disabilities and to poor children who are already suffering at the state level.
And look, I mean, his goal would be to try to convince Congress to gut it. But here's the thing. Let's put this up. This is number 2, because Donald Trump said the big obstacle is going to be the unions. Let's hear what he had to say.
I think I'd work with Congress. I think we'd have to work with the teachers union, because the teachers union is the only one that's opposed to it. Nobody else would want to hold them back. Look, we have to tell the teachers union, we're rated last in the world in education of the top 40.
Scottie, what do you do about the teachers union?
Well, I'm in a state where the teachers union was greatly demolished within our public school system, and our state has improved in their scores and their numbers since then. What you do is allow those teachers, once again, it's all about accountability. And the teachers union does not hold teachers accountable for the standards they should be teaching. And to Bolden's point on this, you have to understand, yes, you can say that the state administer the funds, but guess what? They have to meet certain regulations at the federal level. And it's those federal regulations that are causing our children to focus on test scores and other issues and not actually learning in the classroom. That's why the states have to take care of this problem themselves and leave the federal government out of it.
Scott, real quick.
But Scottie, they do that already, though. The state is responsible for those test scores, not DOE. Now, I'm not going to defend the unions because I'm a former head of the Chamber of Commerce in D.C. The unions got a long way to go to being to perfection, so I'm not going to defend them. At the same time, workers and teachers need to be better, and our unions need to be better.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.